Okay, I'll go. Hello, everybody. My name is Claire Hendricks. I'll be your host today for Weekly Wrap Up. Today we have Adeline joining us, Andy, Rochuk, and Carter for the full student leaders conversation. But I don't know. This is my first time hosting, so don't really know what to do. So we'll take it to commercial, right?
You're listening to WUSM Hattiesburg. It's time for the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up is a look at the events Southern Miss Student Media covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
People do it everywhere.
In the kitchen, in the bedroom.
Yes, even the park.
When it comes to your health,
there is no wrong place or time to get an HIV test.
Knowing your HIV status allows you to live your life
and stay healthy.
So pick a spot. Make HIV testing a part of your routine.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it. You'll be glad you did.
I'm Jamie Presley.
Jay Ellis.
I'm Ray Santiago.
I'm Terrence J.
And I'm
acting against AIDS.
Visit cdc.gov/doing-it.
All right, so first we're
Seafood labeling laws are up for debate at the state capitol.
I lied.
2 proposals push for more transparency. It would require...
Okay, am I good? Okay, cool. First, we're going to have Andy talk to us about the student prints and all the stories we had for that this week. So take it away, Andy.
How y'all doing?
I'm here.
Oh, that's good. So, this was a good week in the student prints. This is probably, and I know I'm just speaking as the editor, and my opinion probably don't mean that much, but I think this is probably one of the best papers we had in a while. My favorite, or one of my favorite things about it is one of the cover stories. Sorry, it's been a long morning. We talk about students petitioning for more security cameras around dorms because a lot of people have been getting their bikes stolen around Wilbur Hall, and if you go down there, the bike rack, and if you get a copy of the picture of the paper, you'll see the picture. Somebody just stole a bike and left the wheel, and then somebody else stole the front tire and left the rest of the bike.
It's like, oh, so they're getting the pieces to put together a full bike. Okay, cool.
A new bike.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of that is, but okay. A couple other things. We've got student views into the contraception bill that started to go through a couple weeks ago in Mississippi. That was the congressman that put it in said it was for as a joke, just to make fun of some conservative efforts for birth control. I'm not going to go into depth on that because we're on the radio. Couple other things we see is how immigration laws will impact students at Southern Miss, international students. Southern Miss hosted the Community Connect Fair, which helps students get in touch with or connect with the community, I guess, if you want to be frank about it. A few other things. We have our Golden Eagle Spotlight, which is something we're starting up. We look at a student in the chemistry department who has started work on chemical detections and all that good laboratory scientific stuff that I don't quite understand. And then we've also got a employee at Southern Miss who helps out with homeless people, so that's nice to see. Moving on over, we go to a organization that helps with diversity in Hattiesburg. And another one, this is one of my favorite stories in here this week too, is Loblolly Bakery featured as one of the nation's best bakeries. And if y'all haven't been there, you ought to go try it. They got good king cake. Rounding out the paper, we've got articles about the avian flu causing egg prices to rise, the red dye ban. We've got 4 former Southern Miss players featured on the Chiefs side in the Super Bowl this year. 1 as a coach, 3 as players. The USM cheerleaders place in the national competition. And as we round out on the back page, one of our new photographers, Khalees Malone, has a photo gallery for track and field, which, unless you're talking about one track and field runner named Tori Bowie, Southern Miss track and field just doesn't get that much love, so it's nice to see that.
That's good. Thank you. All right, we're going to go to commercial real quick, and we'll be right back with you.
Seafood labeling laws are up for debate at the state capitol. 2 proposals push for more transparency and would require restaurants to disclose whether their seafood is domestic or foreign. Currently, about 94% of seafood consumed in the U.S. is imported, and critics like Joe Spraggins, the executive director of the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, argue that it doesn't always meet the same safety standards.
It's just like you. You deserve the right to know what you're eating. And you deserve the right to know that what you're eating is coming from domestic or either foreign.
Gulf Coast fishermen also support the measures, saying that the change would bring fair competition. I'm Justin Glowacki. This report brought to you by the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center.
Research shows that audiences feel positively about businesses that underwrite programming on their community radio station. Research also shows that the audiences are likely to patronize businesses that support community radio programming. The audience also believes that businesses that support community radio care about their community. If you want to build this type of relationship with WUSM's audience, call us at 601-266-4287 to ask about sponsoring programming. It's more than just exposure, it's building a community relationship.
In Southeast Mississippi, we stand united for the most vulnerable in our community. Become a game changer and volunteer by calling United Way of Southeast Mississippi at 601-545-7141. We have one life. To live better, we must live united.
Estos son los sonidos de una cena que casi no sucedió. Es una cena servida gracias a personas como tú. Debido a la crisis actual, 50 millones de personas pueden vivir con hambre este año. Feeding America está ayudando a los que más lo necesitan. Y si quieres, tú puedes ayudar también. Visita feedingamerica.org/en-español. Patrocinado por el Ad Council y Feeding America, la fuerza de 200 bancos de alimentos.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Now you're going to be hearing a little bit from me about our SMTV. If you don't know, my name's Claire Hendricks. I'm the executive student producer for SMTV, and I'm just going to go through a couple of the stories we had. You'll actually hear some of the stories that were in the newspaper also made it into our TV newscast episode. So our top story was a story package about Wilbur, and our anchor did really good delivering that story to us, and she just captured the moment perfectly. Go watch the episode and you'll know what I'm talking about. And then we had another story come to us about STDs on like campus in Mississippi and how people aren't taking like the proper precautions, and the numbers stunned me. When I saw that package, I was like, ooh, okay. So it's just kind of like a informational, be educated, be prepared. Our anchor gave a couple of resources for that, so definitely go watch it. Be informed, educate yourself. Another story we had was about our Mardi Gras break and how it's not actually separate from spring break this year and how students are upset about it. But we had one faculty member, professor, actually say that in the long run it will benefit students. I forgot her reasoning because I don't like that it's only one break now, but you should definitely go watch and hear that professor's reasoning for why it actually benefits students. We also have a story about how some of our journalists here in SM2 went to go compete at Mississippi State in Starkville for SEJC, and some of the awards we brought home with us, so that was a really fun story. We also had a sports recap, mainly focusing on our basketball, softball, and soccer teams. They did great. Also, go check out the Player of the Week. Shout out to Denanjay. And then we also have our community calendar with different events. I know. Actually, I don't know. Let me just watch it. They'll let you know on there. And then we also covered the Grammys and a couple of students' reactions to the Grammys, because I know it was kind of a controversial topic with who all of our winners are. Any opinions here in the room with me today?
I just want to say, after
Beyonce.
What'd you say?
You said I just wanted to say thank you, Beyonce.
Well, I was about to say something about Beyonce. After Beyonce won the top country album, I just want to say congratulations to George Strait for winning the top hip hop album of 2024.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's all I have for SMTV. So we'll take it to commercial once again, and then we'll hear from a few other people in the room. Thank you.
Thank you, George Strait.
No, the biggest thing was
Seafood labeling laws are up for debate at the state capitol. 2 proposals push for more transparency and would require restaurants to disclose whether their seafood is domestic or foreign. Currently, about 94% of seafood consumed in the U.S. is imported, and critics like Joe Spraggins, the executive director of the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, argue that it doesn't always meet the same safety standards.
It's just like you. You deserve the right to know what you're eating. And you deserve the right to know that what you're eating is coming from domestic or either foreign.
Gulf Coast fishermen also support the measures, saying that the change would bring fairer competition. I'm Justin Glowacki. This report brought to you by the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center.
Research shows that audiences feel positively about businesses that underwrite programming on their community radio station. Research also shows that the audiences are likely to patronize businesses that support community radio programming. The audience also believes that businesses that support community radio care about their community. If you want to build this type of relationship with WUSM's audience, call us at 601-266-4287 to ask about sponsoring programming. It's more than just exposure, it's building a community relationship.
In Southeast Mississippi, we stand united for the most vulnerable in our community. Become a game changer and volunteer by calling United Way of Southeast Mississippi at 601-545-7141. We have one life. To live better, we must live united.
Hey, welcome back. And now I'd like to introduce our student leader for radio, Miss Adeline, and she will be talking to you about this week's radio shows and recaps.
Hey y'all, I'm Adeline Fields. I'm the program director at WUSM. Today on Southern Miss, this week on Southern Miss Today, we had a lot of really great guests, including Cadence Renfro, who works in the Student Media Center here at USM. On Tuesday, we had Molly Moss, the Assistant Director of Leadership and Student Involvement. Wednesday, we had Dr. Tori and Dr. Seraldo. And Thursday, we had Alicia Williams from the Student Media Center. And they were some really great interviews, so they're up on YouTube. You can go check them out there. We also had a lot of really great news wraps from our multimedia journalists in both the Student Media Center and the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center. Some of those stories that we highlighted were, again, the lack of security cameras at Wilbur Hall, the Mississippi educator shortage, and some new laws going into effect and being considered in Mississippi. So that's pretty much everything that we had for the radio station this week. And we also have some student shows in the works right now, so be on the lookout for those coming up soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Adeline. Now we're going to toss it over to Rochuk, actually, and he's going to talk to us about what Creative's been doing.
Hello, guys. I'm Rochuk Busnet. I'm SM2 Creative Director. So we had amazing week this week with the release of Southern Miss Says Season 6 with a new host, Alicia Williams. It got over 4,500 views on Instagram, over 200 likes. This is really amazing because she's trying to follow the lead of our former
the Blaster Master,
Cordavian Carter. So she did amazing with the first episode. Second episode is coming out next week. It is Valentine theme because it's Valentine week next week. Other than that, we didn't have much going on today. We have SM promo shoot, so look out for that next week. We also have Beyond Border coming up this Monday at 8 p.m. on our Southern Miss Student Media YouTube channel, and we have exciting project coming up very soon, which I'm gonna tell you guys. Just follow our social media for all update. You're gonna find everything over there. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Now we have our last student leader, best for last. Carter Crow is going to talk to us about what StratCom's been up to. Take it away.
All right, thank you, Clara. Well, this week in StratCom, I wanted to just touch on a few really fun things. Like Rochuk said, this was the first week that we get Southern Miss Says back. We're so excited about it. We're doing backflips over here with the new anchor, Miss Elisha. But so continuing with that, if anybody wants to see Southern Miss Says, please visit the YouTube channel and stream it and watch it. But also, if you need help finding that, head over to SM2.usm and give us a follow and check our link in bio, because there you can find all of our videos, you can find all of our content, you can even find our online articles. So continuing with that, we've also got, bouncing off of Rochuk again, Beyond Borders. Beyond Borders is a international show highlighting international students of Southern Miss. And if any of you listeners would be interested in being on that show or learning more about the show, you can go on our Instagram and check out the link in bio. We actually have a form to fill out for people who want to come and be on the show, or people who want to do a segment, or so on and so forth. So if that sounds interesting to you, I encourage you listeners, please hop on the Instagram and sign up. Continuing with that, we've got a little bit more. We've got SM2 winning at the Southeastern Journalism Conference. We had a good post come up about that, really celebrating our SM2 peers here. And other than that, if any of you listeners want to see something on the news or want to let us hear what you've got to say, feel free to DM us on Instagram or on Facebook. That's about it for me, though. Thank you.
I got to give a quick shout out to Carter, though. So I think last week on the show I said this. They did a video announcing the release of the student prints, where it was like in the 1930s with people handing out the student prints. And if y'all go to that Instagram, go check out the video they did this week. And it's just copying the Abbey Road Beatles album, that the effects that they have at the Pocket Museum. And they just surprising me every week.
Andy, I would like to talk about that a little bit more, just to shamelessly plug the Pocket Museum real quick. I thoroughly enjoy the Pocket Museum. I love it. My assistant director came to me and said, "Carter, I got an idea." And I said, "Well, you gave me the last one, so I'm here for it. Let's go." And she said, "Well, we're going to the 60s. And we're taking the Beatles with us." And I was like, "All right, you're already up my alley. We're going for it." And so I would like to encourage everybody to go check out that video and check it out. And also, while you're at it, check out the student prints. Take a look at it for yourself, because it's a great way to stay connected, stay involved, and stay informed. Thank you.
Yeah, so I just want to thank all of our student leaders for being here and coming to the show, and I also want to thank our listeners and our watchers once it gets posted up on YouTube. What is our YouTube handle?
Southern Miss Student Media.
Southern Miss Student Media. Go check out our SMTV episode there, and then also our Instagram.
At SM2.usm.
And do you know our website?
It's student media.
SM2media.com.
SM2media.com. Go check out all those handles. Thank you once again for listening. It's been great. We'll see you.